I'm gonna just start this out. You are not bullish enough. That is, whew. Let me get a drink of water before we get into this one. Oh boy, Bitcoin adoption. We're going to be covering a lot of Bitcoin adoption news that is out there, on top of going over some TA on Bitcoin at the end. So, for you traders out there, I got something for you too. If you guys happen to like all this dang research that I just did, for the 12 of you that are probably going to watch this video, please do me a favor, hit the like, maybe subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and maybe catch a live stream. We do TA every single day, and we cover all the best entries, great areas to take profit, as well as trading when it comes to the charts. Anyways, let's dive on into this. Growing adoption is taking Bitcoin to new heights. Bitcoin adoption is surging, held by market participants. Growing interest in holding the world's top digital currency, be it as a store of value, strategic investment, or dollar hedge. So yeah, that is the premise of this entire thing here. Um Potential tailwinds, asked about the next catalyst for Bitcoin. You know I can't say names. Anyways, said the Fed's interest rate cuts could provide a long-term boost for the coin, as lower funding costs typically support more risk-on assets, which is very true. So true. You guys, I'm going to be linking all of these links in the description below, so if you want to read this in much more depth, I do highly recommend. Click on the links down there, because there's no way I'm going to be reading this for like 9 days. I'm just not doing it. Anyways, Bitcoin Friday futures, the BFF cumulative volume since launch. So you can see they launched back in, it looks like September 30th in 2024, and it has only gone up. If this chart doesn't get you bullish on the institutional adoption here, well, I actually don't know what you want to see. I really don't, but I'm pretty sure we're going to cover it in this video. But yeah, so the BFF's weekly expiry markets it unique in the market, said Lee. I don't know why that sentence felt so weird to read, but BFF's weekly expiry makes it unique in the market, said Lee. Okay, sure. The short expiry results in similar differences between the spot and futures prices due to a larger exposure to interest rate fluctuations. He said BFFs also have the potential to help with more efficient delta hedging. Delta hedging, given that they are expire on the same BRRNY, aka the CME Group's CF Bitcoin reference rate. New York variant. Alright, cool. They are using a lot of big words that I have never heard of, but what they're essentially saying is you have a difference in spot price and futures price. So, what that is, and what is that doing for Bitcoin? It's making it to where you're getting a more stable price based off the two of them working together. That's what I'm getting from this. Noted, could be wrong. You guys can read it on your own. U.S. Bitcoin reserve. Donald Trump's incoming presidency could also provide a boon for the asset, which breached the 108K mark in December. So yes, the talks about the Bitcoin strategic reserve are out there, but now we're also running into talks of the sovereign wealth fund. So this, of course, this article is a little out of date, but it is what it is. Anyways, the possibility that the US may implement a strategic reserve of 1 million Bitcoin, not coins, whatever, is another potential tailwind, according to Lee. Trump has said the allocation would become the permanent national asset to benefit all Americans, helping pay the 36 trillion national debt. Top supporter Republican Senator Cynthia Lummis has proposed the fledgling fledgling administration purchase and additional 1 million Bitcoin, roughly 5% of Bitcoin's total supply, and hold it for at least 20 years. So that is absolutely phenomenal news to read. That is something that Donald Trump has mentioned he wanted to do. Now he's bringing up the sovereign wealth fund thing, and it could get a lot different. Anyways, moving along, 2025 cryptocurrency adoption, consumer sentiment report. So Bitcoin's upward trend, which started in 2023, gained momentum in 2024. Pushing prices to new all-time highs and outperforming the S&P 500. As values continue to rise, customers have regained some confidence in the cryptocurrency sector. Now, the only ones who lost confidence in it are the ones who were new and they got burned. More than likely, they got burned by meme coins. So I don't know about renewed. I think it's more of new Bitcoin maxis were born. Anyways, that's just my opinion. But let's see here. For the fifth year in a row, we conducted our annual cryptocurrency study to see what Americans think about cryptocurrency adoption, regulation, and security at the start of 2025. Our research includes original insights from nearly 2,000 American adults measuring their sentiment toward digital currencies and unearthing the key factors influencing cryptocurrency adoption in the US. That's great to see. Awesome. So, key findings: cryptocurrency ownership has nearly doubled in the last 3 years since 2021. In 2025, approximately 28% of American adults, or about 65 million people, own cryptocurrencies. I find that to be a surprising number. I feel like the number would be less, so that's kind of surprising. That is a surprisingly high number. 14% of people without crypto plan to buy in 2025, and 67% of current owners plan to buy even more this year. Well, of course, the 67% want to buy more. They have the funds. They think it's a good investment. Why would they not want to buy more? I'm surprised that's not 100%. I'm actually surprised. That's a surprise. But the 14% of people thinking they do want to jump in, great. I love it. Among those who plan to buy crypto in 2025, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin are among the top 3 most desired currencies, which I do see that, because Ethereum in the past, it did make a lot of people a lot of money. And then so did Dogecoin. Bitcoin, of course, we all know the story. It is the original. It has gone up from, I don't know, 5 cents or something all the way to where it is now. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Bitcoin made people money, so makes sense. It makes sense. 60% of adults familiar with crypto believe that the value of cryptocurrencies will increase during Donald Trump's second presidential term, and 46% believe that Trump will boost mainstream cryptocurrency adoption in the US. You know, he is doing a great job of basically putting the right people in place and getting the word out there that he is planning on getting more crypto. I mean, we're not going to talk about his meme coin, because I personally think that was a terrible idea, but hey, people made money on it. He's making money on it. It is what it is. Until they make the regulatory framework, I mean, we can't call it fraud until we know what fraud technically is, because Gary Gensler did not create any regulatory framework. All he did was try and sue people. So it is what it is. Through public enthusiasm for crypto has grown in recent years, 40% of people who own cryptocurrency still aren't confident that the technology is safe and secure. Nearly 1 in 5 cryptocurrency owners have had difficulty accessing or withdrawing their funds from custodial platforms. I take it that 40% of people invested in FTX. That is my personal thought. So that's kind of a shame. But hey, not your keys, not your crypto. Always keep that in mind. Get yourself some storage. Do that. I'm not going to recommend anything. Do some research on that, but come on. Come on, guys. Anyways, so this is what we're seeing out here. The ownership is starting to rise. The amount of people wanting to adopt into the space is going up, and we have a president that really likes pushing crypto for one reason or another. And then on the backside of that, we have the Doge Department of Government Efficiency. Whatever you think about that, that's on you. But what Elon has mentioned is he wants to put the treasury on the blockchain. I don't think the government is ever going to go for that, because that's a level of transparency that they are not ready for, because, you know, they got to keep their dirty little secrets. Anyways, we'll see how it all goes, but it's now a lot more in the mainstream media's eyes that, like, yes, there's crypto, there's blockchain, this is an asset class that is sticking around. So there's that. Anyways, 11 we're getting into the spot Bitcoin ETFs now. This is where things get a little wet and wild. So 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs to buy in 2025. So this article is a bit out of date. This is as of January 3rd, 2025, so just take this with a grain of salt, because we are already in February, and it is the 14th. If you're seeing this video deep in the future, I'm sorry. We're probably at $1 million Bitcoin, is what it is. This was your chance. You should have been following me then. For those of you who aren't following me, hit that follow button. Anyways, so on December 31st, Bitcoin sat at $93,429, having reached a new all-time high of $106,140 on December 17th. Noted, it did cross that $109,000 mark on the 20th, just saying. But my son was born that day. It was a great day. But this capped off a banner year for the largest cryptocurrency, driven by pro-crypto stance from the incoming Donald Trump administration. I love how he's getting all the credit for that. I mean, it's not like we've been having these 4-year cycles or anything, and, you know, it's kind of the time where Bitcoin would be making its all-time highs anyways, but it's fine. No big deal. He's probably going to get credit for this November, December as well. God, I don't like that. Anyways, notable Trump nominees like Paul Atkins, leads SEC, and David Sachs as an inaugural artificial intelligence and crypto czar. I haven't heard that title. Wow. Anyways, czar signal a shift toward fostering innovation. So that's beautiful. That's awesome. Those are two key spots. Really good thing to see. But let's get into these ETFs. So right here, you have a breakdown of all of their prices just to buy in, so the expense ratio, and you see iShares, the iBit, this one is sitting at 0.12 to 0.25%, which it seems like it's pretty competitive with the others, but look at Van Eck. Bitcoin Trust over here, 0% to 0.2%. I believe it's going to get to the point where these spot ETFs, they will have to go down to 0%. They will. But I think they're just trying to accumulate as much as possible right now. And yeah, because let's face it, the main people who should be gathering up these spot ETFs are not average retail investors. These are the institutions that should be grabbing this. Average retail, you should be going and just buying Bitcoin and holding it. To hold something like this, I mean, maybe in your 401k, but that's being managed by a hedge fund anyway, so that's where you'd get that exposure. If you're just average Joe buying into Bitcoin, just buy the Bitcoin. Don't worry about a spot ETF. I know somebody's going to be like, oh, but it feels safer. It's the same thing with no fee. Just buy Bitcoin. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents there. All right, so iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF. So this one right here, it has grown over $53 billion in AUM. That is insane. So they're basically talking about their gold shares, and they're comparing it to gold. In 20 years, it took it up to 73 billion. So you can see the Bitcoin AUM is catching up to gold in no time. Over 50 million shares in 30 days were sold. That is crazy. Anyways, going into Grayscale's Trust ETF. So GBTC, noted Grayscale sold off a ton as soon as the spot ETFs came out, but they still command a pretty large amount. So as a result, the AUM of GBTC has fallen 20 billion, making it smaller than the much newer IBIT. So yeah, they had a very massive sum, but they lost 20 billion because they were selling non-stop. However, Grayscale has addressed this issue by springing off the 10% assets. So they did have a very high fee. They had that 10% fee, and now they lowered it down. But currently, they have 3.6 billion in AUM, so they're still sitting in the massive billions. Like that's no joke. Bitwise over here is holding on to 3.9 billion. You have Fidelity sitting at 19.2 billion. You have Investo, so they're sitting at, what is this, 757 million. So they are lagging. They're not doing well, but still 757 million. That's no joke. And then of course you have the ARK investor here, ARK Invest. So 21 shares. They have, what do we have here? I'm gotta find it. Here it is. 4.8 billion in AUM. Absolute craziness on these numbers. Van Eck, they're sitting at 1.3 billion. This makes HODL effectively fee free to invest in, so that's absolutely great. Yeah, moving along, we got Coin Shares Van Eyck Bitcoin Fund. So they are currently holding 862 million. Wisdom Tree 376 million. Franklin Bitcoin 743 million. Hashdex, they're hanging out at 50 million threshold. So right now their threshold is typically, it's pretty low, so you wouldn't expect this to be a very good thing, but they got in late. Now I do have a theory when it comes to companies like Hashdex that got in late to Bitcoin. I think, and I have this idea, they're going to feel like they missed the boat, and the next ETFs that pop up, they're going to try and scoop those up a lot. So I'm going to have to look into Hashdex later to see how much of the Ethereum ETF they decided to scoop up, because I'm guessing if they felt like they missed the boat with Bitcoin, they might want to front run all the others, or at least try and be more competitive when it comes to the Ethereum ETF and any other ETFs that are popping up. So I do think there's going to be a level of FOMO coming in with all these newer crypto ETFs, because the companies are realizing how much money all of these other companies have made by either having the spot ETF of Bitcoin or even the companies holding Bitcoin. So it's going to create some institutional FOMO. I'm just not sure of how big it's going to be. But now, spot Bitcoin ETFs, biggest winners and losers 1 year on. So yeah, this is just basically going over who has made the most money pretty much, and it's of course IBIT. They sit at 52.9 billion as of the 19th. Absolutely great. GBTC, so their inflows, I believe they did start picking up. But they're still sitting at, they had outflows of 1.6 billion in the first year, and now it seems like they're coming back into the inflows, so that's good. Mismatch inflows, AUM, so they have 1 billion in inflows during their last trading year, so that's not bad at all. And then of course it just ends right there. But these are the two top winners here, GBTC and iShares. Surprisingly, iShares is in there. Looking at this, 21 billion in flow out of the fund. So GBTC, I take it back. They were the biggest loser, while iShares IBIT was the biggest winner. So that is absolute insanity. But moving along, we have the ETFs as of February. Now this is giving you a better breakdown of what they're holding and how much they have. So that's their fees. This is their holdings. So you have Grayscale sitting at 20 billion, Van Eck sitting at 134 million. You have Fidelity 2.7 billion. You have 21 shares sitting at 7.17 million. BlackRock Big Daddy out here, holding 3.3 billion. Invesco is sitting on 306 million. Hashdex 5 million. Kind of a joke. But Bitwise, they have 672 million. Wisdom Tree 15 million, and Valkyrie sitting at 114 million, and then Franklin Templeton 64 million. So Hashdex, they're really falling behind. Really falling behind. But yeah, it also mentions that 21 Shares and BlackRock, this is their first 6 months that saw 1 billion of inflows, 5 billion inflows, as well as Investo. They had in their first 6 months 5 billion in inflows. That is insane. Bitwise also had 5 billion in inflows. Crazy numbers are being posted up with these. So this is just madness out here. On top of all of that, we now have states that are jumping into the game. So you have Florida introducing some regulations. You got Texas talking about they're going to be buying Bitcoin hand over fist. Pennsylvania jumping in. Ohio, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Oklahoma. It's absolutely wild the amount of states that are coming in, not only with thinking of investing in Bitcoin directly, but also starting to have state retirement funds investing into Bitcoin. So that is actually a very interesting thing that's happening with the states. They're trying to front run the federal government at this point. So the U.S. Bitcoin Reserve may be coming, but states are winning the race. This is kind of the big deal here, that the states are winning. So we have this beautiful map on this one where the yellow is they have active legislation weighing investments. So all of the deep yellow, they have investments already that are like, yeah, we're going to be buying into Bitcoin, period, dot. The striped lines here is officials are discussing a significant proposal, so they should be coming up with something soon. And then, of course, the green, investing retirement funds into Bitcoin ETFs. So we are not only getting the state level, or we're not only getting institutional FOMO, but we are also getting the states wanting to buy in using tax dollars. Absolutely insane. And noted, I know that there's no state income tax for some of these states, but they do have like sales tax. They do have other taxes involved where they can then allocate to Bitcoin. Just, yeah. Anyways, noted, you got property taxes. You got other taxes in there that they could actually use. But now let's move right along. 10 best cryptocurrency cashback rewards and rebate apps. So not only are you getting these institutional and states FOMOing in, but now they're starting to offer cash back on certain things, which I think are absolutely amazing. So it's safe to say that any digital based service offering free money should be met with immediate skepticism and plenty of eye rolling. But the following list of Bitcoin related online shopping reward platforms are the tried and true best of the bunch programs to consider. So you have number one sitting here, Lolly Crypto Honey. So it's more than just tenuous correlation. Lolly operates in similar vein to desktop based rewards platform like Honey. All users need to do is download the desktop plugin, which is currently only available on Chrome. So Lolly, you have a extension that apparently when you start doing some online buying, it's going to give you some random Bitcoin cash back based off your purchases. So that's absolutely amazing. Love to see that. We have Pi, automatic cash back in Bitcoin. So with this one, from a mobile app, Pi appears to have similar payment system that links like Moneybox, in which it makes immediate cash for Bitcoin contributions to your account whenever you make a purchase on a affiliated card. So this one, you're actually linking your credit cards to it, and it's automatically giving you rewards back, which is absolutely amazing. Love that. And from the looks of this image, you can use things like getting points back for Lyft. I would love to see what more on this one. I haven't even heard of this one. That's crazy. But then you got earn.com, crypto for contributions. God, saying words, it's so hard sometimes. So hard. But anyways, this gig economy has been growing pretty dramatically over the past few years, with users managing to raise some extra income through applications like Lyft, Uber Eats, among others. Another gig economy app is earn.com, which allows you to earn cryptocurrencies for completing various tasks. These tasks can be as straightforward as answering questions from dedicated questionnaires to taking part in studies and answering specific emails. So that's actually really cool. This thing, another option here. You got StormX, monetizing micro tasks. So you got another one in the gig economy here. And of course, I'm going to just link this in the description. You guys can read through this. I don't want to read all of this, but you're seeing cashback options. So that's actually really cool. This one right here, Sats app. So Sats app, well-known crypto project launched by the same team behind Satsback, a casual hodl. Oh, and casual hodl. So they are listing cashback, crypto cashback companies to keep an eye on, and they are listing all of these, which noted crypto.com happens to be one as well. But yeah, you guys can look into this all that you want. The next one I wanted to bring up was the 4 best credit cards to earn crypto rewards. So you have credit cards jumping into it where you can actually, instead of getting cash back, you can start getting crypto back based off your purchases, which is great. Some of them, they go off the point system. Others will go based off of certain things that you're buying. And then of course you have some like this one right here. Fold launches Visa card with Bitcoin rewards. This one's actually a really big deal. I think you all should pay attention to it, but the company emphasizes that this card is a departure from conventional rewards programs, which include points, miles, and cashback programs that process approximately 1% of the US GDP. Instead, the new card offers up to 2% in unlimited Bitcoin rewards and bonuses, reaching $250. So this is actually a really big deal because it's going to be based off all of your purchases, not off specific items. So yeah, Fold is coming in here and changing the game. Anyways, without further ado, this video is getting super long. Let's get into the crypto TA. I know some of you, this is the only reason you stuck around and or even skipped ahead. But looking at this, you do have Bitcoin. We're going to check in on the 4-hour right now because this is what really matters here. The longevity of this rally. We had this downtrending level of resistance. We are moving up. If you were a part of my live streams, you got to see this in its entirety, where I was looking for this 6% move to the upside, getting us up to 101,000, and it looks like we are well on the way on this Valentine's. So currently you're fighting against the 100 simple moving average on the 4-hour, and it's looking pretty good. One thing I do want to focus in on is the daily, though. Your daily time frame. If we can get a daily candle close above the 50 simple moving average, we are in for a much better rally, in my opinion. Noted, we will still have this downtrending level of resistance to fight against, but your daily, yes, you had bearish divergence back here. You pulled back, you came up to increase even more bearish divergence, but it looks like we have reset and we are getting ready to clear out the bearish divergence idea, which if we get a break to the upside, if we break above 104,472, we could see this thing rally up to 134,000 on your next leg up based off what has already happened. You had one leg up, consolidate sideways, your next leg up, you are looking for the 1618 Fibonacci retracement level, where from where we're sitting at the moment, we're looking at 36% upside. So right now, Bitcoin is looking absolutely great, looking poised for an upside move. And yeah, the only thing that's going to stop it is some random bad news that comes out. But currently, the inflation data came out and Wall Street decided to buy Bitcoin, indicating they are looking at Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, and they might possibly be looking at it a little less as a risk-on asset and a little more as a store of value. We will see what happens in the coming days, weeks, and months. But I am very bullish on Bitcoin right now. The fundamentals have never been better. Your technicals look good as well. It is not very often that I can say that when I'm making one of these videos, but Bitcoin does look extremely strong right now. So I am going to not think about the bearish side of things until we drop below 93,459. If we do, you're going to hear a different tone out of me. But until then, I'm looking at upside, baby. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it was a lot. I don't normally make videos that are 30 minutes long, but hey, had to talk about all of the adoption that's coming out because it is absolutely ridiculous. If you guys could do me a huge favor, hit up a live stream. Maybe even in the description below, there's a Discord link. Join me in Discord. I post up all trade setups that I find. I also bring up news. I bring up brand new tokens that I find. And yeah, it's totally free. There's no paid anything. The only paid things that are on this channel are if you decide to become a member, Tuesdays and Thursdays. You get a benefit of only members are chatting while everybody's seeing the live stream. On top of that, you end up having a little section in the Discord, members only, where you get to see all the trades that I'm getting into when I'm getting into them. And so you can take those ideas as you please. You can trade with me, you can counter trade me, whatever you want to do. I cannot guarantee you're going to make money, but what I am thinking, considering my lowest tier on this member, is $5. I have a good feeling. I never give financial advice, but through the entertainment value alone, maybe you can enjoy a little $5 sometime within a month. That is my entire goal here. Anyways, guys, I do appreciate you. If you guys need any place to be able to trade cryptocurrency, we are affiliated with Buy DeFi and Weeks, where you guys can set up an account. There's amazing sign-on bonuses. You guys should check them out. It is great. No VPN required, no KYC. It is friendly to the United States, the UK, and Canada. And yeah, you guys can enjoy some of that if you're into trading. Anyways, I'm going to get on out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day and or evening, wherever you might be. And I will catch you in the next one. Or I'll catch you live tonight, because we do go live every single day. I'll see you later. Take it easy.